Hello everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays wherever you are in the world. This video, a very unique video because you got me, full camera again, only briefly, and we'll jump to the game in a second. We're going to be looking at the positive changes to Gran Turismo 7. So from the very start to now, what has changed in a positive way? Because when the game was released, it was in a bit of an iffy state, to be honest with you. I mean, I enjoyed the first few days because it was new content. It was new, fun experience in Gran Turismo 7. But then it took a bit of a nosedive when we really got into the depths of it. What has brought Gran Turismo back out of that nosedive? Well, this is what this video is all about. Let's jump to some of that content now, and let's find out what are the positive changes in Gran Turismo 7. Let's start off with the first positive change then, and we're looking at the wind. So, way back when, right at the start of Gran Turismo 7, the wind was actually causing a lot of issues, especially in some of the missions where you needed to hit the top speed. If the wind was in the wrong direction, the mission could actually be impossible. Now, we did make a video on this, and it was fed back to PD, and look at it now, the wind is static in those missions, so the mission actually becomes the same for everybody, which is good. Some people were complaining, saying it's just like real life, but in real life, you do not have the challenge of trying to get to the top speed with a wind facing at you at 3 billion miles an hour. You know, the whole point is that the mission offline, if it's just one little mission, 20 seconds, it should be the same for everybody. You're competing on a leaderboard. There we have it. They changed the wind. It works better for the game, in my opinion. It's good to have changing winds in the racing. I'm not saying that shouldn't be the case, but offline, in a mission, on only missions where, you know, there's a leaderboard, etc., yes, the wind should be static. You should be able to complete the mission. A mission should not be impossible because the wind direction is in the wrong way and you have to keep restarting until you get the right wind direction. A little bit silly. But it was fixed, so well played, PD. It's also good that the practice laps, so obviously online can be very competitive. And on the practice laps, the wind was also changing for those. So you would see a lot of people waiting for the wind to change on High Speed Ring, which was the first real competitive circuit we did, where everybody was trying to get faster and faster. Obviously, High Speed Ring, very high top speeds. If you've got a front-facing wind, it's going to really slow your car down versus a tailwind. And we saw easy 2, 3, 4 miles an hour difference at the start-finish line, which was halfway down the straight. So again, they changed that. Practice laps, offline laps, all now have the same wind direction. Perfect. Really good change there. Really good positive change there from PD in Gran Turismo 7. Next up, let's talk about money, because money's been a very big talking point in Gran Turismo 7 ever since the start of it. I mean, I've got a fair few videos on it right at the beginning, and it continues to be a bit of a case now. I mean, I made a recent one about online pay. However, let's forget the online pay. This is all about the positive sides of it. Let's look at what Gran Turismo have done to improve payouts as well. So time trials, we've got the 2 million credit time trial now, which is really great. Obviously, it's hard to get to that gold time sometimes, especially the most recent one with the NSX. However, there are plenty of times where the time trial you can jump on very, very quickly and, you know, do 5, 10, 15 minutes worth of work and get 2 million credits when it finishes. That is superb stuff, you know. It just gives you the ability to just get a little bit of a bonus when that time trial ends and allow you to buy those cars you want. As well, we've been offered more money in those missions. So as new missions have come out, there's been more money available to you to get as well, which is really, really, really good for Gran Turismo. So they know money is a problem. They know it's just a very big talking point in the community, and they have improved that. It does still need more improvements. I did a video recently on online payments in terms of racing because they are dreadful. So we'll see what happens there. And do check out that video at the end of this one. And we continue the money theme then, because the next thing we're going to talk about is selling cars. Yes, this was a huge positive experience for a lot of the community. In fact, everywhere you went since GT7 came out, why can't you sell cars? Why can't you sell cars? Why can't you sell... Yes, why can't you sell cars? Well, now you can sell cars. So you can do that. There are some limitations in there to not bust the market because they've created some really complex marketing value system in the background when people really just want to sell cars. But hey, it may work out very, very good and very interesting in the long term. A lot of people had abused it in the past in terms of getting duplicate cars with the Honda NSX rally car, I think it was. I didn't get involved in that, but that was a thing. So a lot of people have those. So you can only sell one duplicate per day, but even so, it's still ability to sell a duplicate car, which is nice in reality. It's a good thing. And in GT Sport, we had the same problem. It was something we constantly asked for. Why can't we sell cars? Well, now we can in GT7. So a good, positive improvement there by Gran Turismo. Wonder what other features are coming in the future. Now, lobbies have been a big problem in Gran Turismo 7. I had plenty of plans for TCR, doing lobbies every week in terms of the daily racing. The Community Championship as well did not happen this year because lobbies were so bad in the year. Now, in my opinion, it shouldn't have even been released in that sort of state. However, it was released and a lot of complaints have been put in, and Gran Turismo have improved the lobby situation. We have qualifying now. That wasn't even in there. We've got qualifying, which is really good. It's a little bit bugged and needs further improvements, but it exists, and that is the main thing. It exists now. Stability in lobbies has improved, you know, compared to the very first lobbies, compared to now, is a huge change. Honestly, if you competed in the first lobbies in Gran Turismo 7, everybody was everywhere. The people were jumping all over the place. It was absolute carnage. You could not race online at all. Stability has been improved. It does need further improvements. Again, a lot of this stuff needs further improvements, but it has improved. It's really good to see Gran Turismo to continue working on the lobbies. Remember, the communities are the core of Gran Turismo 7. So, the community championship that I run, other communities that run their championships as well. You know, a lot of competitions have actually gone back to GT Sports in this year to race online in Gran Turismo because GT7 lobbies have been unstable. I think now we're going to start seeing people start using GT7 lobbies for competitions. We'll wait and see, of course, and as I say, it still needs further improvements, but it's good to see those improvements happening. We just want them a bit quicker and a bit faster. But thank you, PD, for improving those lobbies. Finally, and I think it's a big one for everybody, of course, it's the additional content that Gran Turismo to continue to give us for free. Now, it's very easy for Gran Turismo to say, okay, we'll start charging £1, £2, £3 per content, you know, looking at it and going, okay, if you want the Road Atlanta content, then you need to pay £3 and you get 3 cars in Road Atlanta, for example. But they don't do that. They give it us for free. You know, we get new tracks, we get new cars, and sometimes this is every month. There's been every other month, and then we've had every month for some things as well. Oh, it's so good because it keeps the game fresh. I always look at it from an online standpoint, and I have said this before. A lot of the cars I don't use that come out, a lot of the new cars, but that's because I mainly race Group 3 and Group 4. But there's a whole community out there that race offline that just want to try out new cars, try out new tracks, and just race really weird situations. You know, jumping in a Mazda MX-5 and going out in Road Atlanta on Utah, or jumping in a Ford Sierra and doing the same thing again. I did that, obviously, for the patch video. It's brilliant that new cars and new tracks are brought in for these people. Again, if we see a new GT3 car, happy days! I'm buzzing from ear to ear. I don't expect a new GT3 car every time there's a content patch, because that would be ridiculous. And it's great to see new tracks continuing to come to Gran Turismo. I'm hoping more classic tracks come to Gran Turismo. But the continued content for free, and we do have to remember it's for free. And some people are like, well, it should be for free, Tidge. We bought the game. Yes, but look at what games developers do nowadays. Look at what they do. Nearly every game I play, if it's additional content, it costs money to buy, you know, and we're getting it for free. So, you know, a big shout out for Gran Turismo for that one. So there's some positive changes that we've experienced in Gran Turismo 7. Some really good positive experiences there that we can take away. Some really good positive improvements. And I hope the game continues to improve. I want Gran Turismo to be the very best game it can be. So fingers crossed it does improve and keep improving, and we get the best Gran Turismo game that we can get. That's going to be it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it, folks. Happy holidays to everybody. Please do enjoy your time, if you can, with family and friends. And I'll say the Discord is there if you want to talk to the community online as well. That is it for me. There are 2 videos. Check them out, including the recent money problem. You know, I mentioned that in this video. Please do like the video on the way out. It helps the channel out massively. And do subscribe to stay in touch with all the latest content here on the channel. Au revoir, farewell, goodbye.